Hey, what's up, everybody? Son of my balls, you here. I told you guys like last week or the week before, whenever I did my Storm Collectibles countdown video. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it in the description below. I told you I was going to be doing a McFarlane Mortal Kombat countdown soon, so that's what I'm doing today. I will say this video is not going to include my customs, and is not going to include DLC characters. So Spawn is not on this list. This is the 10 actual Mortal Kombat characters, and these are the base versions, not variants. I don't tend to buy the variants, but we're going to go ahead and get started. Coming in at number 10 is, unfortunately, Lord Raiden. And Raiden, if you know me at all or you follow me, you know Raiden is my guy on Mortal Kombat. But the design of the character, I just don't like it. If you were to take the head off and show me the body like years ago and say, guess who this is, Raiden will be the last person to come to mind. It's a great figure, well executed, looks exactly like the game character. I just personally don't like the design for Mortal Kombat 11. I actually got this version that came in the 2-pack with Blackout Scorpion because I think this is a better Raiden design, color-wise, armor-wise, everything. Oh, armor's the same, just different colors. But anyway, that does hurt Raiden, and that brings him in my number 10 spot. So, sorry, Lord Raiden, but you are the lowest on the list. Coming in at number 9 is going to be, unfortunately, my boy Liu Kang. Now, if my customs were part of this countdown or ranking video, he'd probably be a lot higher. I love my custom. I used a lot of parts from this for my custom, but the shirt just ruins it. The body sculpt itself is terrible. I don't like the big beefy build for Liu Kang. The shirt itself, it hinders the articulation. It makes him look far too large and big and beefy and bulky, and it just ruins the design for me. I do like the figure. It is nice, but I really like my custom a lot more. So unfortunately, the good old chosen one here is going to come in at number 9. Sorry, Liu Kang. Coming in at number 8 is the Tarkatan badass himself, Baraka. Now, I love Baraka. One of my favorite characters, total badass. I'm a straight G with him on the old school video games. I do like this design. This is a very well executed figure, and I have no problems with the figure. Unfortunately, there are just 7 more I like better than him. So I'm not saying he's a bad figure. I have no real complaints with this figure. I love the fact that you can actually army build this one, put different red shirts and headbands on him, and just make different Tarkatan warriors. It's a great figure overall, even if you're army building, like I said. So he's going to come in at number 8. And at number 7 is Kabal. I'm actually really impressed with this figure. I didn't think I'd like it as much as I do, but the articulation is wonderful. He's actually not hindered at all by the flaps here. I definitely recommend this to anyone who is on the fence about getting it. 100% pick it up if you find it, man. Even if you don't like it, these things don't do anything but collect value over time, so it's not like you can't make your money back in the future, right? But the detail is great, the articulation is great, the character is really, I think this is the first time it's been a Kabal figure. I could be mistaken, but I think this is the first Kabal figure that's ever been made outside the little miniatures I think Jazzwares did that look ridiculous. But this is a very, very solid release, and I love it, and I was really glad to get it. So he's going to come in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 is a God of War who needs no introduction and is apparently a little too large to fit on camera all the way. This is Shao Kahn. The sculpt and the paint detail in this thing is nothing short of spectacular. If this figure doesn't go way up in price eventually, I'd be shocked. I was just glad to get one. It just looks great. I love how he can shoulder the hammer there. I mean, just the overall sculpt and everything on this figure is phenomenal. It is perfect. I like this a lot better than the Storm Collectibles Shao Kahn. I'll go ahead and say it. I think this is a much better build, a much better sculpt. This matte finish all over his body is just outstanding. I love this figure. It is just a great looking piece. It would be higher on my list, but there are, well, let's see, he's number 6. So there's about 6 more I like better, or there's a good many I like better than him. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to number 5, which is Sub-Zero. This is an outstanding figure. My only complaint with this figure was the accessories. I did not like the axe and the frozen skull and spine and all that. I thought it was a little lame. But the figure itself is great. I like just posing like he's grabbing his knife out of his like his hip sheath here. I think that's pretty cool. He poses really well, and even when his joints get a little loose, they still hold a pose very well. I've never had to use any of that Kiki's action figure stuff in any of these Mortal Kombat figures. And if you guys hear that noise coming off from this direction, I'm at work right now, and there's an aggravating ass train outside my window. So I'm not complaining. I'm getting paid to do this right now. I don't care. But anyway, it's not me, it's the train. But anyway, this is a great figure. I love it. It seems like Sub-Zero comes in number 5 or 6 on pretty much any countdown I ever do for any Mortal Kombat line. He's not one of my favorite characters, but this figure is so well executed and just looks so good on display, and it looks so good in pictures. It's so photogenic. So that's why he's coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is Noob Saibot. Yeah, that's right. I finally got this glorious bastard. I waited forever for this fucker. My pre-order got canceled twice. It got delayed multiple times. I finally canceled it and just bought it from a guy who had it like basically at a retail price plus shipping, not complaining. It still took a little while to get to me because the post office is retarded, I guess. But this is a great figure. I mean, just phenomenal. And I've seen a lot of people complain, saying, oh, he doesn't have any weapon storage. You guys need to shut the fuck up, because honestly, his weapons come out of his body. He doesn't carry them in a holster. Get with the fucking program. But this is a great figure. I mean, the face sculpt, the mask sculpt is so reminiscent of Mortal Kombat X Scorpion. That's what it looks like. You could easily customize a Mortal Kombat X Scorpion with that head sculpt, but that's beside the point. This is just a great figure. Also, the character is really, really sick. I love it. I love the character design. I'm glad they went with this skin instead of the other ones, because the other ones are a little on the lame side. But this is a great figure. Just the little finger guards here. All the detail on the armor is just... It is a sick looking figure on display. I haven't taken photographs with him. I just got him today, and that's saying something. I just got him today, probably like 3 or 4 hours ago, and he's already number 4 on my ranking. So he is outstanding. So he's number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Kitana. That's right, Princess Kitana is number 3 on my list. I don't care what anyone says. This is the best executed, the best executed, most well-articulated and well-proportioned female figure I have ever seen, I have ever held in my hands, I have ever messed with. I was a little nervous about getting it because a lot of times companies, they make these female characters and they don't give them the great articulation, their proportions be off. It's like they just don't get females at all. McFarlane nailed it. This makes me really excited and really hope, I just really hope that he makes a Melina and a Sonya. Even a Shiva would be outstanding. But like, he's got to make Melina. He's got to make Sonya, because they can do females like this. They've got to make them. They've got to make more, man. They can't leave us hanging. They cannot lose this license without making Melina and Sonya. Please don't let that happen. If anyone from McFarlane Toys is watching, please don't let that happen. This figure is phenomenal. She poses well. She looks great. She's photogenic as fuck. Everything about this figure is perfect. And I was hesitant to pick it up, but after I picked it up, I messed with it for like 5 or 6 minutes, and I was so glad I did. Once again, wonderful figure. Outstanding. She's coming in at number 3. Coming in at number 2 is one of my main men, General Hanzo Hasashi of the Shirai Ryu, aka Scorpion. So, he's one of my favorite characters, okay? So I'm a little biased. But this is an outstanding figure. There is an issue sometimes, the head will pop off pretty easy. I haven't had it with this one. With the first one I bought, I did have that issue, but this one I don't have that issue. He is a great figure. I actually have a bendable harpoon. I wish I'd have brought it to work with me to pose with him here, but I got it from D Blake Makes on Instagram. Check him out. He's awesome. But I love posing him like he's reaching for his sword in this whole samurai pose. He's such a good looking figure. It's such a great representation of Scorpion. Outside of the original like OG designs, this is my favorite Scorpion design. I did like Mortal Kombat X design, but this one is definitely my favorite next to that. So he's coming in at number 2, a very, very close number 2. He was almost number 1, but coming in at number 1 is the superstar, the man, Johnny Cage. This figure is phenomenal. This is the best executed figure in the entire line. I don't know what it is about it. It's not simple, but it's not complicated, but it just captures this character so well. And I was able to get him in this pose holding his jacket open, showing off his chest tattoo. It just looks so good. Like, even with the shades off, let's see if I can get them off. even with the shades off, he's got a good head sculpt. It just screams Johnny Cage. Like, you cannot deny this is a beautiful figure, sculpt wise, paint wise. Look at that jacket. It's shiny. It looks exactly like it's supposed to. This is the best figure in the line so far, in my personal opinion. You can disagree. That's fine. I did a custom of this one too, just like Liu Kang. He was, a shirtless Mortal Kombat 2 version. But man, I got this figure and I did not expect to like it as much as I do. It has still remained my favorite in the entire line. He poses well. He's photogenic. That's actually across the board. Man, all these figures are so ridiculously photogenic. I mean, in my opinion, they look far better in photographs than the Storm Collectibles figures do. A lot of people will disagree with that. That's fine. I totally get why you disagree with it. The Storm Collectibles, they are great figures. I've got most of them. So, I know they are great figures. But these right here, they are photogenic. They are flawless, in my opinion. This entire line is a flawless victory, in my opinion. I really enjoy this line. As far as collecting, this is probably my favorite line to collect currently. I just really enjoy these figures. I think they are the best thing on retail shelves right now. They just look great, man. I have no complaints about any of them really. I mean, other than, like I said, Raiden's overall character design, but that's not the figure's fault. That's whoever designed the character in the game's fault. But man, I mean, they're such good figures, man. If you don't collect these, or you haven't started, and you plan on starting, I suggest going ahead and starting, because these figures are outstanding. They are photogenic. They work great for toy photography. They look great on display. Everything about these figures as a set is wonderful. All right, so I cannot recommend this entire line enough to a Mortal Kombat fan, or even to a person who just likes having badass looking figures sitting around their game room or something. They're awesome. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this video off. That was a stupid way to end a video. I'm going to go ahead and end this video real quick. That's what I meant to say. Please disregard what I just said. It sounded stupid. These are great figures. Thanks for watching. I'll leave my Instagram and my music page in the description below. As always, thanks for watching. Peace out.